Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we are going to be going over Archer's best teams. And before we begin today's video, I would love to know if you are personally excited for Archer and are going to be building him yourself. Lastly, if you enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. To begin, I thought we could do a quick overview of Archer's kit, which Archer is a quantum hunt character who revolves around consuming a lot of skill points in order to deal massive single target damage. Starting off with Archer's basic attack, he'll deal damage onto a single enemy, and as for Archer's skill, this is where things get interesting. Archer will enter the circuit connection state, and his turn will not end until you run out of skill points, or after actively using his skill 5 times. And when using his skill in the circuit connection state, the damage dealt by Archer's skill will increase, and this can stack up to 2 times, lasting until he exits the state. Archer will be able to get a huge damage boost from this, and Archer's skill itself will consume 2 skill points each time you use it. Archer's skill will be able to deal massive damage onto an enemy, and Archer will also increase the number of skill points available for the team by 2, which is highly beneficial for him in order to use his skill repeatedly, as now you will have 7 skill points available to use rather than only 5. As for Archer's ultimate, he'll attack one enemy and gain 2 points of charge with a maximum of holding 4 charges. As for the significance of these points of charge, whenever Archer's teammate attacks an enemy, Archer will consume 1 charge and immediately launch a follow-up attack onto an enemy, and he will recover 1 skill point by doing this, which will assist with a number of skill points available for him to take advantage of. As for Archer's technique, he will deal quantum damage onto all enemies and gain 1 point of charge, and one of his traces will allow him to gain a point of charge after entering battle as well. Additionally, another one of Archer's traces will increase his crit damage when allies have 4 or more skill points after they gained a skill point. When it comes to Archer's kit, since he can use his skill repeatedly without his turn ending, he will still be able to nicely take advantage of character buffs that may have short durations due to his turn not ending. Archer's kit does seem a bit simple, but he'll be able to deal destructive single target damage onto an enemy, especially if you have a lot of skill points readily available for him to use. Which now we can go over Archer's team synergies. Starting off with Sparkle, Sparkle is one of Archer's best synergies due to the fact that when she is on the team, now the team will be able to have 2 more skill points available, which now results in you actually having 9 skill points available, 2 from Archer and 2 from Sparkle. Sparkle's ultimate is going to assist with generating skill points for the team, which Archer can take advantage of. He can also provide action advance by 50%, which Archer nicely takes advantage of attack boots, especially due to the fact that he is able to use his skill repeatedly without his turn ending, and Sparkle will advance forward Archer so that he can attack more often. In this case, you would have a fast Sparkle, and you would have attack boots Archer. As for additional perks, Sparkle will be able to provide whenever an ally consumes a skill point, allies' damage dealt will increase as well, which can stack up to 3 times, and this will be really useful in the case of further amplifying Archer's damage potential. Sparkle is of course also going to be able to provide a nice crit damage boost for Archer by using her skill on him, which of course will also advance him forward. And Sparkle also has a trace called Nocturne, which will increase all allies' attack by 15%. And when there are multiple quantum allies in the team, those allies' attack will further increase as well. So what's really nice about Archer in particular is that he also pairs very nicely with characters such as Tribbie, Cipher, Silverwolf. You can end up having them in the 3rd slot, and now you can further amplify Sparkle's trace Nocturne. Tribbie, Cipher, and Silverwolf are all going to be nice synergies with Archer. Tribbie is going to be able to provide the team Ult-type Res Pen, which is great for further amplifying Archer's damage potential, and also the vulnerability from her zone will also be very useful. As for Cipher, since Cipher is built to be very fast, what Cipher can provide is frequent basic attacks for the team, which will be useful for being able to regenerate more skill points for Archer to take advantage of. Additionally, just by Cipher being on the field, she will inflict a vulnerability debuff onto all enemies, which is a 40% vulnerability debuff, and this will further amplify Archer's damage potential as well. And Cipher is also going to be able to record the damage that is dealt onto enemies, which she can then take advantage of her ultimate to assist with the overall damage output of the team. So Cipher is also a very nice option you could pair alongside Archer. And then we have Silverwolf. Silverwolf is going to be able to massively reduce enemies' defenses, which Archer can heavily take advantage of. in order to deal more damage onto enemies. Silverwolf's debuffing capabilities overall are going to be very useful for Archer to take advantage of for his damage potential, and Silverwolf can also nicely take advantage of basic attacks as well to regenerate skill points for Archer. When Silverwolf does use her skill, Silverwolf will be able to implant quantum weakness onto an enemy. So all three of these options are nice options you can consider alongside Archer. And now when it comes to a sustain, when it comes to Archer's playstyle in general, you will heavily want to take advantage of characters that can regenerate skill points for the team. Now, if you do decide to go sustainless, then you would end up using 3 supports, which we'll get into this shortly. Some options you can consider is Gallagher, Luocha, Aventurine. You can also consider Hyacinth if you do intend to basic attack with her frequently, since she will be built to have very high speed. You can take advantage of some basic attacks here and there. If you did want to do a mono quantum team, you could consider a character like Fu Xuan, but do keep in mind when you are building the team to ensure that majority of the team members alongside Archer are going to be assisting with regenerating him skill points, so that he is able to take advantage of his skill repeatedly during his turn. But when it comes to a character like Gallagher, for instance, he is a very nice 4-star who can basic attack very frequently. His ultimate's also going to be able to advance him forward by 100%. And with that, then you can also use his basic attack once again and continuously regenerate skill points for the team. So there's definitely a multitude of sustains you could take advantage of, especially sustains that can help with regenerating skill point. Now you may be wondering, if you do not have Sparkle, what do you do in that case? 2 characters I really like with Archer personally, aside from Sparkle for our secondary slot, would be Hanya and Sunday. In the case of Hanya, she is a 4-star Harmony character, and Hanya can assist with regenerating skill points for the team, since when she uses her skill on an enemy, they will be inflicted with Burden, which for every 2 basic attacks, skill, or ultimate allies used on an enemy with Burden, allies will immediately recover 1 skill point, and this can also be triggered twice. And for some of the buffs that Hanya does provide, she is able to provide speed boosts through her ultimate as well as an attack boost from her ultimate as well. And it is also worth noting that whenever an ally uses a basic attack skill or ultimate on an enemy inflicted with Burden, the damage dealt will also increase. And what's really cool about Hanya is the speed boost that she's going to be able to give an ally. You can end up giving a pretty nice speed boost to Archer and result in him attacking sooner, or even result in him attacking a little more frequently as well. And then of course the attack boost will be handy for furthering his damage output. For those that don't have Sparkle, Hanya can be a very nice budget-friendly option. You can also equip Dance 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 on her if you would like. Now as for Sunday, Sunday is going to be able to advance forward Archer. He's also going to be able to provide him a nice crit rate boost, which can assist with Archer getting closer to 100% crit rate. I would recommend trying to get as much crit rate as you can, as you really do want to ensure that he doesn't miss any critical hits. So Sunday being able to provide that crit rate will be very useful. Sunday is also going to be able to provide a massive crit damage boost. He's going to be able to provide damage boost for Archer, and Sunday's ultimate will also provide Archer more energy so that Archer can use his ultimate sooner, which in the case of Sunday, he can also assist with skill point regeneration, especially in the case if you do have his light cone, which if you do have Sunday's light cone, you can actually use this on Sparkle as well. Sunday's light cone in general allows you to have an easier time managing the skill points that you have readily available. Alright, so I have more supports on the screen now, which this can either be in the case of a sustainless team, or this can be in the case of potentially having this character in the 3rd slot of your team and then having a sustain. So first up, we have Remembrance Trailblazer. Remembrance Trailblazer is going to be a very strong budget-friendly option. They will be able to provide mem support for Archer, which will allow him to take advantage of true damage, which Archer also has a pretty hefty energy cost, so he will be able to heavily utilize the true damage buff from mem support. And when you do reach 100% charge and provide mem support for Archer, you're also going to be advancing him forward by 100% as well, which allows Archer to be able to act a bit more frequently. And if you're able to nicely tune this to where trigger mem support when you have a lot of skill points readily available, Archer is going to be able to heavily take advantage of this in order to deal massive damage with his skill. The Remembrance Trailblazer will be a nice budget-friendly option you can consider. Ruan Mei can be an option for the buffs she provides when it comes to the damage boost, the old-type res pen from her ultimate. She also will be able to provide a nice amount of weakness breaking efficiency as well for the team, which now results in Archer being able to break enemies faster. Plus, Ruame is also going to be able to delay enemies when they are broken, which now results in you being able to take advantage of sustainless a little easier without having to worry about getting hit as much. Let's say you had Silverwolf on the team, you implant Quantum Weakness, and let's say for sustainless you had Ruame. She's going to assist with not only Archer breaking faster, but also Silverwolf, as Silverwolf will be able to nicely take advantage of her basic attacks, her skill to implant the Quantum Weakness, and then her ultimate as well. So you can consider Ruame as an option. Robin is also an option you can consider, and while Robin isn't necessarily going to assist with getting back skill points, she will be able to advance forward the team by 100% and also provide nice buffs out of that as well. The 100% advance forward allows the rest of your team to get another action, which can result in you generating a couple more skill points for Archer to take advantage of. As for another budget-friendly option, you can consider Pela. Pela is able to basic attack frequently, and she is able to also reduce the defense of all enemies. Other options could potentially be a character like Ting Yun. You could end up using her skill on Archer, and a very fast Ting Yun. Ting Yun could end up basic attacking pretty frequently, so she can assist with regenerating skill points for the team. There is also Bronya, but in the case of Bronya, she would be easier to use if she does have a light cone that can assist with regenerating skill points, or you have an E1 Bronya, or even in the case of having both. Bronya will be able to provide nice buffs as well, but you'll definitely have to be aware of how many skill points are being used, and also what light cones you may have available for Bronya to take advantage of to assist with skill point regeneration, and so on. I would say there's a multitude of supports that you can definitely take advantage of with Archer. In the case of some of his best synergies, as mentioned, Sparkle is definitely one of his best. If you don't have Sparkle though, I would recommend considering Hanya or Sunday. It would be favorable if you did have his light cone, but if not, then the rest of the team can still assist with, of course, generating skill points back when it comes to basic attacking frequently, and of course having allies on the team that can assist with regenerating skill points will be crucial in the case of playing Archer. If you do decide to go with Sparkle though, then using a third quantum character will be very useful just for being able to further strengthen her Trace Nocturne. In this case, I would recommend Tribbie, Cipher, or Silverwolf. And then if you do decide to go sustainless, a very nice option I really enjoy that's budget friendly, as well as very powerful with Archer, is Remembered Trailblazer. But of course, you can also use the alternative supports on screen. You could even consider using a full quantum team when it comes to Archer, then Sparkle, then choosing between Tribbie, Silverwolf, and Cipher for the last 2 slots. I would love to know though if you are planning to build Archer, and if you are, what team do you think you'll be using with him? I would love to know all of your thoughts, and also stay tuned for a saber video like this coming very, very soon. And I more than likely will also be live streaming my saber pulls as well as building Archer and saber. So do keep your eye out for the stream, which will more than likely be tomorrow from the point I'm releasing this. And also guys, I'm sorry if I sound a little different during this video. I'm currently recovering from a pretty bad sore throat. That's why I sound a little different, but regardless, I hope you were able to still enjoy this video. And if you did enjoy this video and want to see more from me, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye.